number one, we've got a great guest, very special person right here. Dallas Escobedo, number one. What's up, Dallas?
Good morning.
Good morning, guys. It's great to see you.
You too.
It's so much fun, number one, because we're on video and we're not over Zoom, as you can see, and we're in my house, and I think it's just going to be a really, really fun time.
Yes.
I'm so excited that you're here. I know it was a long commute. Do you want to tell people about
Yeah, it's
that?
just like, I had to get up really early this morning because I had obviously to prep, but
Yeah.
I mean, I walked, I think it was about 7 houses
Oh,
or so. So,
gosh.
like, this neighborhood is huge. I just cannot get enough of it. But yeah, so about a 7-house walk down the street. So.
And that's, you know, like, coming from a future Olympian, you really want to get your steps in. That's
Yes,
the thing.
that's training every day, every
Every
moment.
day.
Like, always training.
No days
like,
off.
It's no moments off. Like,
You know, I'm not gonna lie, I have driven to your house when I could have walked. So.
it's okay, likewise.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
So it happens. When I borrowed eggs that one time,
Yes.
I drove.
Oh my gosh, we've been very neighborly.
Yes.
I mean, like, hey, do you have eggs? Yeah, I do have eggs. Come
Like,
on over.
To bake you some banana
Yeah.
bread.
Oh,
Like,
you're gonna make this? Great.
Yeah.
I'll eat it.
Okay.
So it's, you know, softball, neighbors. I think we're just entering this great, you know, next phase of our lives.
Yeah, just like long term.
Yeah, long
Yes.
term. I love it. And when the summer comes, we're going swimming in your pool.
Yes, like pop on in, like just
Yeah.
jump in. You don't even have to like go through the backside.
Just
door,
won't
and
even
just like
announce myself.
just like see you, Kate.
Yeah, like, oh, you guys want to come too?
Yeah, like here you are.
Well, okay, so I guess we should talk about what we came to talk about. You walked all this way,
Yes,
you know,
I mean,
so we
it
should
was.
talk about. I have this whole thing written here. But first, I have to let everybody know just about the things that you've done in your life, career, you know, everything. So, first of all, you graduated from ASU in 2014. Oh, nice. That's right. Anyway, and then you were grad assistant there in 2015, 2017. As a freshman, you won the World Series. And I mean, I remember it like it was yesterday, so I can only imagine how it was for you. And that was your freshman year, and you were the Women's College World Series most outstanding player, so like big time. At ASU, you were All-American 3 times, 2 times on the second team and 1 time on the first team. In your career at ASU, you're second in wins and strikeouts, which is like so many. And you're top 10 in your single seasons in wins and strikeouts as well. And then after college, you played 3 seasons with Rebellion, Pennsylvania Rebellion. You played 1 with the Texas Charge, 2 with Scrapyard Fast Pitch, and you just played your first season with the Pride this summer. We're still going, people. You just finished your 2nd season in the Japanese Pro League with Shoki, which you guys like went to the
we
playoffs and
finished
everything.
in the finals. We got there the past 2 years, so that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, gosh, man. Lots of like championship runs I'm feeling like around this guest. And you've been with Team Mexico since 2016. You were in 2011. You were on the USA Junior team, so we're going to kind of talk a little bit about those things. And you are qualified to go to the Olympics with Team Mexico.
Can't wait.
Wow, what a strong finish there
Pretty
for the
cool.
bio.
Yes.
I mean,
You make me sound so fun and cool and all these things.
I'm not gonna lie, like this, like you did that. That's like I wrote down the things that you did.
Okay.
So like it's pretty big time. But that's kind of what I want to ask you. Like, what do you feel? What do you think when you hear these things? You're like, wait, those are things I did.
I know. I don't know. I think it's just because it's been such a journey and so long that I don't know. It's like not that I don't know. It's just it's like you just do it or like you're playing. And I think that's the biggest like thing. You're just playing and all these things come from doing it and it works. So it's fun. It's just cool to see like wow like. We did that like 10 years ago almost, so yeah.
Holy cow, oh my gosh, yeah, it really was.
It's crazy.
Wow. I think that's really cool because like you said, you're just playing.
Yeah.
And was this something that was a goal? Like, did you, as a kid or going through travel ball and stuff, did you envision yourself doing these things? Or was it just something that kind of, like you said, kind of happened along the way?
I think it just happened, honestly, like, obviously growing up and becoming a pitcher and hitting and then just being a pitcher in college, that was like my main focus obviously and then being able to like have the opportunity to be drafted to go play pro like, I thought like okay college is fun now I can go to like cosmetology school and do the real things I want to do and it was like then it's like my dad and coach are like no you're gonna be like going to the MPF like or it's gonna be some you're not doing that right now like so it's like oh okay but no I'm happy with that path and like with everything that's came from it is just like such a whirlwind so.
If you could pick a favorite thing that's happened.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's like a real long spot question. I wasn't anticipating
my favorite
seeing that.
I know everyone's like, what was better, the World Series or the qualifier? And I think right now it's like was the qualifier, but for my whole life it's the memories of the World Series.
Yeah.
It's just unbelievable. But being like in a place with 100 million Canadians saying "Go Canada," and it's like we're Team Mexico, and like we beat them, and it was a huge moment in time for just everybody. And so that I think right now like that's where I'm at. It's like my favorite moment, just throwing that last pitch.
Oh my god! And then throwing your glove.
Yes, I throw my glove, jumping like in the air, feeling like way up here, but I watched the video and I'm like right about there. So like I gotta work on that. In my training, I'll skip home like all good.
You're like, man, I can pitch, but I sure can't.
I sure cannot jump, so I'm gonna have to work on that.
That's amazing. You're just in the moment. You're like, wow, I probably I flew.
I was up there, but
so you know what? Like,
more
you won the game,
yes,
so
that's very happy.
I'm dead. That's so great. What do you think was the driving force to you getting to all these moments? Like, were you eat, sleep, breathe softball? Were you, naturally that you're just really good at this? Like, how did that kind of look for you as you were going through?
Just like huge thanks to my dad, because he is like Mr. Marine, like he was a Marine and he established like hard work in us like since day one. And even when I was like, I don't want to do this, I want to go to a sleepover or do this and that, and he's like, you have softball, or we're getting up, we have boot camp like in the morning, and I'm like, boot camp, like what's that? He like made his own like I would pitch for 30 minutes, then I'd hit, and then I'd run, and then if I missed a ball I'd go get it, and then if I overthrow I'd go get that too. So it was such just a big like journey with him, and him dedicating just so much time, and then obviously my mom and having the support of both of them. But I think I wouldn't be where I am without like the push and drive he instilled in me, with him being my coach, like just off the field, on the field, and then just everything moving forward. Like
so
even
awesome.
still, he's like, well, you could have done a lot better. Like after I call him like from Japan, he's like, oh, I watched the game and like the umpire was squeezing you, but you could have just done a little bit better on like the back door or whatever. I'm just like, okay, thank you. I know the ankle is great, like, but it's just like pretty awesome that I need that. I want that feedback for as long as I'm still pitching. So.
Yeah. Do you feel like because that kind of was in you from an early age that you've been able, because obviously your dad doesn't drive you to practice anymore, kind of thing, like that has carried through even, as he's become more of just like the dad spectator rather than the coach.
Yeah, and it's like I will call him, and even like now I'm like, oh, I felt really great, like just mostly from Japan, like I had a bullpen today, felt great, and then like he'll watch me play and he's like, oh, you just need more bullpen work, and I'm just like, okay, but it's just like knowing like I'm already saying the things that he's gonna say to me in my head, like during my bullpens, during my workouts, like okay, like that wasn't good enough, I need to be better, like it's just like he instilled almost like now like with me being on my own like off field, like knowing, hey, like I'm gonna hear this, so why don't I just do it now? Or it's like, so it's just like I already know what he's gonna say, so I like think about that while I'm pitching.
That's so cool. And do you ever feel like that like can make you feel down on yourself, like if it's you telling yourself that? Yeah,
sometimes. Well, it's just like more so it's like or adding non-existing pressure that is unneeded and unnecessary. It's like, or what is like more so at college. I think I had that, but now I'm just like, dang, like okay, like I have more confidence and I feel better about where I'm at, like pitching wise. And so I think that it's more of like a positive way. But like in the past, I'd be like, dang, like I walked 2 girls in a row. What is my dad's gonna say after the game? Or just like little stuff like that. But now it's just more of like a joke, or I laugh like. I'm like, I still walked like 3 people, but I mean, it'll be better next time. But like, but it's like, it goes hand in hand.
Yeah, sure. I feel like as you're saying this, I can relate to it so much because my dad wasn't like Marine or anything like that, like with being strict and that kind of thing. But there would be times where I might be like 1 for 3 and I hit a home run. And he's like, yeah, but like, why'd you ground out on that?
Yeah, exactly. It's always the other.
Did you see the home run?
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, I saw it.
Yeah. So what? Like,
and what'd you do in your last at bat? You're right.
But it's like that expectation is what you want for yourself, and so it's like I live like that now, right? I just expect more of when I'm like performing and when I'm training. It's like it needs to be much better. So. Yeah,
I think that's such a cool way to live, no matter like what part of your life that is, because I don't think it, like, because people are like, well, you have like extremely high standards, or your expectations are really high, and that can be a negative because you're like, am I ever gonna reach them?
Yeah.
But if I don't expect the greatest and the best out of myself,
then what are you doing? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're just out here like in limbo.
Yeah,
okay, but it's like, no, I think that has just like totally just transformed in just the way that I was raised. And I just really enjoy, like when I'm pitching, I enjoy doing it because I am so into it and I love it and I want to get better because it's like that from that.
Yes, that's how I feel like coaching, you know, little kids now, where it's like you want to keep getting better until you're done playing. Like,
there's no
completely.
stopping. Like,
completely. And I think about it too, like if I go to my dad and I say I'm 1 for 3 with a home run, and he says, "Cool, that's good enough," then it's like, wait, that's as good as you think that I am?
Yeah.
Like, why don't you think I can be 2 for 3 or 3 for 3 or something like that? So like having that can look a lot like pressure, but it's realistically like I'm striving for something every day.
Yes, exactly. And that's how you want to be to get to that level that we have been to.
Absolutely. I mean, softball's really hard. I think about how hard it is for a hitter having to hit off pitchers like you, but then I can only imagine what it's like being a pitcher where like
and we have
all eyes around
throw to you too. Like, you only have to beat us 1 time. We have to beat you 3 times. So it's like,
it's really not like looking at it like that. I'm like, wow, that's really not fair.
But no, it's like the challenge, and that's why you do it. So.
Yeah. So you were a hitter when you were growing up. You hit too.
I loved it.
That is so.
Power hitter, like.
Heck yeah.
3, 4, 5 hole, whatever it was, but it was like hitting was key. And then when I got to college, I hit like in a fall game freshman year, got a line drive. I was like, this is gonna happen.
Do it.
Coach Myers is like, all right, Dell, good job. That's the last you'll do. I'm like, thanks, coach. Like, okay, here we go.
Dang it.
So I mean, but I'm actually like, I give mega props to the pitching, hitting, pitch duos, and or even just utility players, because like me now, I'm like, dang, I love pitching, and like I'm cool with just that. So.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think about being a hitter. I'm like, this is a full-time job. I'm working on this. I'm thinking about this constantly.
Yes.
To also have a full-time job being a pitcher, like that. Shoot.
Yeah, I'm giving props to all those pitching.
Good job, yes. So good. I kind of want to ask about, because you know you're married now, and I was gonna ask, because talking about your dad and the way that he's kind of like has those standards and expectations for you. Do you feel like Chris, your husband, it does kind of
very similar? Yes, I feel like. I don't know, I mean, obviously didn't know my dad at Chris's age or younger, but I feel like, or I mean, I did, but like probably didn't like.
You're 6 months.
But I know, it's like, So, but I think other than like, they say like you marry people like your father, so it's like I really do believe like they're very similar, and I'm like, oh shoot, what did I just get myself into? And so, but no, he is just like very strong-willed and wants to be the best in everything and do everything the right way, and we bump heads a lot, but it's the matter of like he's doing and supporting me so much that it's like, okay, like I get it, I know where you're coming from, I have to see big picture, and sometimes he's just like a lot, and I'm like, hey, like, okay, I'll do it, or it's just like, but it goes hand in hand. That's how my dad was. Like, it's like you do and don't want to do things where, but Chris, he's just been a huge blessing, like overall. Like he's the king of softball now, actually. So
he's like, I am so involved in softball.
Like, I think it started like first day he started catching me, and it was like, okay, whether we're going either uphill or downhill, like where's this gonna go? And it just has skyrocketed.
Well, people know him in the softball world now as like the traveling softball husband.
Yeah. Like, okay. Like I know you should start like a hashtag.
You really should. He's everywhere, man. Like that. That's something that is a question a lot. I know. I'm sure you've gotten like I know people in relationships or those who are married where it's like you're gone most of the time. Yeah. Like how do you deal with that? Being married, but he's been able to go to so much with you,
which is huge, and it's like he's had that freedom. And last year he was with me in Japan, and then getting the house this year he was with me in March. Then everything was canceled for COVID, and coming back, and then this time I was in Japan for 100 days. Like it was just me, and it was difficult. It was definitely like a part of our relationship, like, whoa, where are we going to go from here? Like, how's it going to handle? And I think that it was really positive for both of us, like, just more communication, like, honestly. That's all you can do is talk. FaceTime is a blessing, so that's good. But, like that, but it was, like, a cool challenge, and I think that we're growing just from it. Really.
It's, especially, like, it's not like you're across the country, you're, like, in another, like, world.
Over a whole ocean.
Like, geez. And the time, like, I think about when I was in Japan, and having this small window to FaceTime Kevin.
Yeah,
like,
hours.
I'm awake. He's gonna go to sleep soon. Like, we have to make sure that we talk right now,
Yes.
or else we don't talk all day and like
Yes.
see you later.
Yeah, see you in like 26 hours or whatever it is.
Bye.
Like, yeah, bye.
Hopefully you wake up early so that I can talk to you at night.
Or stay up late.
Right.
Yeah, so
right.
it is. It's like definitely a challenge. But I think it's like you gotta put in what you like want to do. It's your husband. Like,
right.
You gotta talk to him. You gotta find a way to make it like you're still priority to each other.
And I think that relates a lot back to what we were talking about with softball, where you're like you have to do the things that you have to do, and you have to be willing to make the sacrifices that you need to make in order to make things the best that they can be.
Exactly.
So like you want your best relationship, you want your best pitches, you want your best swing, like all those things.
You're working at it always.
Yes. Oh my God, the work never stops. Life is team no days off.
Yeah, really.
Like what? Even on a rest day where you're like sitting watching Netflix, you still have to take the dog out to go to the bathroom.
I know, yeah. And have you seen my dog?
Yeah, he's probably got a big giant bladder.
Yes. Oh my gosh. But yeah, no, exactly. Like you put in what you want like out of it. So.
Yeah. So I want to kind of transition into talking about international ball. Like you were on the USA Junior team in 2011, and then I remember in 2012 you were at the USA tryout because that was my first tryout. Like we were there together. And I remember obviously being like, oh my God, that's Dallas. Do you think that I should say hi? No. So was that something that you thought about? Because now obviously being with Team Mexico, like how
the transition.
Yeah, everything. Like what was that?
I think so. Like the 2011 juniors, awesome, everything, and then 2012 was at that tryout. I didn't make the team at that point, and then I think I had received another invitation for that later year after, whenever the next tryout was. But at that point, I had turned it down simply because I was like, I want a break, like from softball. It was like I think at that point I was like let's try this. I majored in special ed, and so I wanted to work at a special needs facility, and that's what I did that summer. And I thought it was like the most awesome and amazing experience, and so that's basically why I turned it down. But then I just had never heard back really from USA, and like didn't even kind of think like, okay, maybe my opportunity was missed or whatever. It was just like, okay, maybe find something else. After my first year in the pro league, Mexico had reached out, and Sashel, being an ASU alum, she's like, I play for them. It's just a fun experience. Like at that point, the softball wasn't in the Olympics, and we didn't know what the future was for that sport, and so we were just like, okay, like why not? Like I'll play, I'll try to do it. And I think whether it was that second or third year with the rebellion, like in the summer, they had announced that 2020, here it comes, like it's gonna come back. And I was with Mexico at that time, and I'm like, okay, like that's the goal. Like I'm staying here, we're doing it, and where we're at now. Yeah.
I mean, I think about the first time playing Mexico, and for me in 2012, and seeing Mexico last summer in 2019, I'm like, this team has just come such a long way. And what are like have you really tapped into like your Mexican roots because of this team, or has it always been something that your family has kind of?
I mean, it's always kind of been something that we, I guess, joked about. Like I grew up with Bridget Del Pani, and so me and her, like I think she was at that tryout as well in 2012.
I think she might have been.
Because I remember us going on the airplane, we're like, did we make it? Like, what's the list say? Like we just like we're like no. So it was like cool, like flight home now. But no, it was like we joked at that point. We're like, oh, maybe we'll play for Mexico. Like you never know. And her dad like was I coached growing up when I was younger, and he's like, you guys could just play for Team Mexico. Like just like almost like a thing like we joked about, but knowing that we possibly could because of our background, and then it happened, and we're like, remember we were joking about this, and now we're going to the Olympics with them. So, but no, I think it's like something we have Zooms like weekly or bi-weekly, and we've all been trying to do a lot better of doing Spanish classes, trying to find a way. Like we each present like about a food, a city, or a person that is from Mexico, or like a related topic, just so we're informing each other and just knowing more about what we are playing for. And it's really cool. We have a great sports psychologist that runs it, and she's just been, we've never met her in person, so it's all Zoom, but she's been like so much like more comfortable with us, and it's been a really good experience since March we started that. And so it's been awesome, and I think that a lot of our girls, everybody's put in the effort to learn the national anthem a little bit more. Like in Japan, in quarantine, I was like singing the national anthem, trying to memorize like a few lines every day. But it's like we're trying to do little things to just continue our knowledge, and just want to be able to feel like we really have like truly bought into everything that we're doing
Yeah.
for our country.
I think that's so amazing because when, looking at it, the Olympics is a tournament, right? Like it's a tournament you want to win, but at the end of the day, it's for so much
more
more
than a trophy or like,
right, a medal or whatever. It's about like the country, the culture,
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. So that sounds really cool that you guys are
I
diving
think
into
we've
it.
done a lot of just talks really of just like, wow, where we are at is like creating a foundation for young girls in Mexico, young women that didn't know. Like we've reached, have DMs, we have camps. When we went to Puerto Penasco and Puerto Vallarta for the college tournament, it was like just awesome. Like this is where we're supposed to be. Like this, it just was meant to be for like the girls that are on the team. And I think it's just been a really cool experience.
That's so cool, and that's like you said, you're giving a chance to these kids to like look and see. Wait,
it's possible.
It's possible. Like because if they don't see it, how are they supposed to know? You know,
exactly.
How can you know what you can accomplish? That's like talking about pro softball, like putting it out there and giving these kids a chance to think, I can do something after college. Like even you thought, you're like, I'm gonna go to college or high school.
This will be fun.
Let's do it.
My
hair.
But it's like, no, you can do more. And it's like, I'm thankful that I've done more. So.
No, it's huge because you doing more has created, I mean, I'm sure the doors just have been continuing to open as you've gone past college.
No, it has,
but you've opened doors for yourself and you've opened doors for young pitchers who are young players that can see and be like, whoa.
Yeah.
Because you're 28?
Yes.
Yeah, so like, that's a lot of girls, if they play after college, they're done after 1 or 2 years.
Like it's like you're 22, and that's where you're hitting your peak. Like
man.
I wish I was the pitcher I am here in college. Like I would I wish I had like 10 national championships.
Right.
Like I'd like feel that much more confident. Like I'm so much better trained and everything, and so it's just pretty cool. Like I wish like we knew that at that age, and so it's like
it would have been so great.
Keep playing, everybody.
Yeah,
as long as you can.
Forever.
Yes.
I said that to my dad recently. I'm like, man, I wish I knew what I know now about hitting. Going into the box when I was 19 years old. Yeah. Like the ball would have probably found holes a little bit more often.
Yeah, a little bit better.
Seriously, God, what a dream. We went at the wrong age.
I know, where have we been?
I know, seriously. But yeah, that's like creating those opportunities, creating those dreams, but what can you do? That was a really big goal just now. I was just dreaming about softball. So did you play any other sports when you were growing up?
Yeah, so in elementary school I did basketball and volleyball, and then
the
high
school
sports. Yes, in high school I just did basketball and then went to softball right after.
Oh, wow.
I loved it. Like it was such an awesome experience because we were really good, and we had girls that went to like NAU, U of A, went to like good schools for basketball. Like that was their sport, and I was like up there with them. I was like the center. Like I'm the tall girl. Like give it to me. Layups, whatever.
Yeah,
like here we go. Yes, and so like my sophomore year, I got moved up to varsity. I was on my freshman year, and that was like the funnest time. I thought like I've created awesome relationships with like my basketball girls, and it was just like. And it kept me in shape. Like we ran so much, obviously, and so going into softball, like I was ready, and that my dad was happy about that. So, but yeah, no, I loved playing basketball.
Wow! Did you play all the way through high school?
My sophomore and junior, and then I didn't play senior year because then more of his club players got in there, and I was like, and then I didn't get as much playing time my junior year, but I was like, you know what, like. They could do their thing. I'll just like I was like okay with not playing my senior year, but I wish I would have just stuck with it just to do it. But no, I loved my time playing basketball.
That's so cool. Yeah. And did you kind of know that softball was your sport?
Yeah, I knew that the whole time. So it was just good to like have a release because during that it was like that winter months, like November, December, when we're on a break, kind of. It's like okay, cool. I get to do this sport.
Do something. Especially all the running.
Oh yes, it's like really fun running.
Like back and down the court. How many times?
I know. We would end every practice, shoot a free throw, and then whoever missed. How many suicides and then shoot again, but until everybody made it. So it was like one day I think everybody missed. It seemed like, and so like free throws were
we gotta get it.
We gotta go. So, but yeah, no, I mean that was like awesome. So I would say like continue to play as many as you can.
Yeah, that's like Chitty played 3 sports in high school.
Awesome.
Like I remember I played basketball when I was growing up, and I remember my dad sitting me down and saying, "All right, Sam," because I don't think I was very good at basketball. I had a lot of fun doing it, but I definitely have shot it in the wrong hoop, and missed. That's the thing.
Okay.
Like I couldn't even score points for the other team. So So my dad, I remember my dad sitting me down, and I was like laying on the floor because I knew I was gonna have to quit a sport, you know. And he's like, "Do you want to be good at 2 sports, or do you want to be great at one?" I was like, "Well, when you put it like that, like, it sounds good." But like, I really like dribbling.
Yeah.
You know? So I that's such I think a big conversation, especially right now in playing multiple sports or not play, or specializing or whatever. So it's like having I think of basketball memories every now and then. You know, it's so fun. You know, especially shooting in the wrong hoop where you're like, Sam, you guys don't give her the ball anymore. You know?
Like being competitive in something that's not what
totally
you're like
different,
great at, or like it's a challenge and it's fun.
Yes, so. And it kind of, I just remember, like, I'm not the fastest person, but I remember like that fueling that competitive nature of like I have to beat this girl down the court.
Like
and I will, like I'm going to.
It was like my favorite thing after I think the other team would score and then we inbound it, and it was a play where it's like, Dallas, you inbound it and you just launch it. And so like whenever like that was like I was ready. I was like softball, like awesome, easy layup to my teammate. But I think that was like my favorite thing to do, was just launch it down the court when we like had like fast run, like just go.
Like put the softball player
it's like she's throwing it.
She's gonna throw it. Oh my god, I can picture where you're like, let's go.
Like let's go, and then one bounce, get it, and go.
Boom.
We practice. Let's do it.
We score. So it's cool. One thing that I think is so cool about you is that on the mound, obviously because I didn't see you playing basketball, I only know you as a softball player.
It's fine.
You're scary. Like you're out there and you have like your game.
I
know, and it's so funny because meeting you and facing you are 2 totally different experiences, which I'm sure people have said that to you too. And that's what I have written here. I'm like, scary on the mound, sweet off.
Yes, that's verbatim right there in your notes.
where it's like, some people are the same on and off the field, like, but with you, like, you are game face, you are like steady, like straight, just even keeled, and then off the field, you're like, yeah, like, cool.
Yeah,
whatever.
Just like, let's do it. Yeah.
Is that something you had to work on? Is that?
I don't know. I feel like that, because I am like even kill, like you say, and I feel like that's how I am on the mound. But it, like I guess I put in like the game persona times that even kill. But I think that I just focus so much on my routine and like the thoughts in my head, like positive talk and everything that's going on. I think those are what keep me just like moving, like every pitch, and just keeping that same routine. But other than that, like I don't feel scary, or like I think the scariest are Sundays when I wear my goggles.
Yeah,
like
very
but I'm like, all right, let's go. But other than that, I'm just like, I just honestly I'm trying to just stay within myself and worry about like what I need to do to be the best.
I guess that's actually a good point that you say that, because like I've always, like, you've always been in the same mood every time I've been around you. Like very, like, you're always just happy, you know, and then every time I see you on the mound, I think I saw you get mad like one time and the umpire was just being the worst, and I'm like, oh, she pissed.
Yeah.
Like, I've never seen this, so you know that she's like mad, and it wasn't even like bad, you're just probably like,
I know, like the smallest of gestures.
And then you
just like throw my hands like up and like get out of here.
One of my favorite things that I've developed over like playing pro is like trying to impersonate pitchers. Like and you are one of my favorites too, because I like, that's my like favorite thing.
The release, like okay, that was a strike down the middle that should have went over the fence. We're getting rid of that one. Or that was a strike 3 and you just called it a ball 3, so I'm a little confused. Getting rid of that one.
We're getting it together. Like,
but yeah, just like, and that to me is like, once I turn around, I have my release, I'm ready to face him again type thing. So it's like, have that short-term memory, like, get it out of here and you're good.
That's so cool. That because you essentially feel the same on and off the field. It's just a matter of the way that you come off. Because I'm like, I don't want to be in here. Who's next?
I can definitely tell you, I'm not like, let's go.
This
like,
is it. Okay, back door.
Yeah, like,
let's go.
Gotcha. But no, it's just like 1 or 2, 3-step process, and just okay, here we go.
That, it's funny because people ask hitters a lot, like, what's your in the box routine and stuff, and pitchers, they go through the same exact thing, like, I swing my bat a couple times and whatever, and here we go, and every time it's the same thing in between every pitch, and I don't think I ever really thought about it the same way, that like a pitcher's going to go through that same exact thing, because you're the one throwing the pitches. Like, you have to have that routine almost.
It's like and I can tell when I speed up, like if the game's getting a little faster, I'm making it a little faster, because it's 5, 6, 7 inning 0-0-1-0
Yeah.
ball game,
Ooh.
then it's like, dang, okay, now I need to slow myself down.
Yeah.
I've been better at recognizing that, but
Yeah.
I hold that onto my catcher a lot. Like, hey, if
Yeah.
you see me like speeding up, or even in my motion, like getting a little faster,
Yeah.
like slow me down to call
Yeah.
time out. Like, but that's huge to have.
Oh yeah, and I'm sure you and Sachelle have developed that a lot over
Oh yeah,
time
like,
together.
We've been together for
So
almost
many-
10 years. Like,
Yeah,
geez,
yeah. So much time. That's like learning more and more about the game. Obviously, you never stop learning, and seeing the dynamics between pitchers and catchers that just like gel together, and you really can tell like they know what they're doing. They know what each other's thinking, and that's I mean,
that's my favorite. I love
that's
it.
so
Yeah.
cool. And
That's
I mean,
awesome.
this year in Japan, you had an American catcher with
Yes, Chelsea.
Yeah.
She was awesome.
Was that
it
different?
Was huge. Yeah, I think it was a significant difference, and
Really?
obviously communication was a little easier.
you. A little, right?
Just a little, but I think just overall, like she's phenomenal. Like,
Yeah,
one.
she's so good.
I can't believe I'm saying that about a Wildcat.
Yeah,
Sorry.
like we don't have to say, we don't have to be
Like,
too
yeah,
enthusiastic
she's
about
like
it.
cool, I
She's
guess.
fine.
But no, she is like just a force behind the plate. Like
Oh,
it just
yeah.
she like caught on to like how I work and what my
Yeah.
persona is, like you were saying, and just even in the bullpens, like having the communication with her. This is what I like to do, and she just was like, "What do you need me to do?" I'm just like, "Just be you, like
Yeah.
just do your thing
Have fun.
because you're great at what
Yeah,
you do."
she
And
really
so
is.
just having her to like we vent to each other, we got pretty close, and it's really
Yeah.
fun. And funny, like 2011, I just had a Facebook memory pop
Oh my
up.
God.
Played with her in junior national
Oh my
team.
gosh, yeah.
Me and her have a picture, and it was just so
Wow.
funny. And I was like, let's she was like, recreate it in Japan. I'm like,
Totally.
we're gonna do it.
Oh my
Like,
gosh,
so
that's so
it was just
cool.
funny, like where it takes you. And so,
Mhm.
but yeah, having her this season has made a tremendous difference, and I'm excited for her to get like a full season under her belt.
Right, yeah, because you guys just played the second half,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's something, even just being a hitter where you're like, what are you trying to tell me? Like,
Yeah, no.
what do you want from me? I'm
Yes.
sorry.
Mhm.
And being able to be like, hey, Dad, this is what we're doing.
Yeah,
you know?
it's like okay, let's do it.
Yeah, no, that's so cool. And I mean, Japan, is that something that, like, once you got into the pro, because I didn't know about Japan until I was playing
Yeah.
pro or playing with USA. Like, I didn't know that there was
An
this
option
whole
to
league
go,
over
yeah.
there.
Mhm.
Is that kind of how that worked for you, or was that something that you're like, if I could go there, like?
That was like, I think in 2016 I was approached and was like, they're like, we have opportunities in Japan, like would you
Wow.
play? And I think at that time for me the timing was off because I just entered into grad school and was like trying to get that taken care of, and I had that commitment with ASU, and so I was like, okay, like cool, like, but in my head I was like, I need to finish school, I wanted
Yeah.
to, so just my timing was not. And then being approached when I was a coach at Fullerton and knowing that like, okay, like I think this is the time. Like
Yeah.
as sad as I was like leaving
Right.
and that opportunity and everything, like I could not have passed it up because
Yeah.
it is such just, whether it's the competition but just the experience of being somewhere else internationally and doing like
Yeah.
softball, what you know, but
Right.
on like such a high level.
Oh my
like
God.
it's just was
Yeah.
totally meant to be.
Yeah, that, and who knows if you would have been on the same team had you said yes in
Yeah.
2016.
Mhm.
Like,
Exactly.
was your master's degree also in special education, or did you go for something different?
Yeah, it was all, I did my undergrad special ed and then my master's was autism and behavior analysis. So it was all like the whole spectrum, the whole broad side of it.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's so cool.
Yeah. And I love like my internship with the kids and
Yeah.
teaching and all of that. And I thought like, even though I was like, oh, maybe I'll be a teacher like after I finish softball. Like it's just like all these things. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, what's the next? I'm like, I'm still thinking, what's after softball?
Right,
Like, but
who
softball
knows?
is after softball still
Right,
right now. So,
seriously.
but yeah, just like that was like so cool to me and so different that I'm like, cool, I can do this.
Yeah, that's great that you were able to, do that and finish your degree and still maintain being able to play.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people pick one or the other,
Yeah,
and it's
no, that's good.
unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so after you're done playing softball, after you finish cosmetology school,
Yes.
then you can go be a teacher.
Yes,
It's like,
exactly.
that seems
all
like the
the
natural.
big things. Yes.
I can cut hair, I can teach, I can pitch.
Yes.
Like, what else do you need to do?
Like all in one. Let's
Maybe,
go.
yeah, like, I don't think you need to go to cooking school. You already have
No,
that down pretty
I've
good.
been trying the banana bread. Like
Oh my
I've been
God.
trying.
This banana bread, you guys. Like, how much did you make that one day when you had like
it was a
bananas?
cake. It was like a full cake because
I-
Chris had thrown away the pan because somehow, I don't know why, it just happened to
Yeah.
just fall in the trash, I guess.
Oh,
But
no.
he, no, I had a big old cake pan and banana bread. It was banana cake and it was
Dude.
top notch. So.
Yeah, it truly was. I mean, we got a helping. It was like a pound and a half
Yes,
on this
it
plate,
was.
and it did not make it to tomorrow. Like I
Oh,
walked
good.
over there,
I'm
like
happy.
snacked on the way back to the house, and then we ate it. We're like, well, now what? We don't have any banana bread for tomorrow.
Well, we got a crazy spot about 10, so I'm got that. They're just getting a couple more days.
Need to get it around. Well, I've got like 25 eggs in the fridge.
Okay,
so
we're gonna be ready.
So I know we've talked a lot about your journey with softball, you as a player, you know, you're going to the Olympics, all this stuff, but I want to like really touch on what makes you you, and I know that you are really in love with Lady Gaga.
I am with Lady Gaga.
When did that start? What did, you know, like, tell me about this journey with Lady Gaga.
I mean, it all started with Just Dance.
Of course.
So naturally, like, I danced to it. But no, she is just like, I think she just is doing a really good thing for the world. Like, or just in music, not just music, but life in general. Like, she has created like such outlets for a lot of people and doing different things, and then just her music is awesome, and I don't know, I'm able to vibe with it, go crazy to it, like whatever she puts out, like I'm into it. And so no, I've been to like 5 concerts of hers. Yes, like, yeah, I think about 5 I've gone to, and I will go to every single one that I can.
That's amazing.
It was awesome. Me and my mom went last time to her like stay in Vegas, the one
that
she has out there now. It was awesome. I was in like standing area, and it was just like me and like her literally flying over me, and I'm just like, oh,
this is my dream.
This is where I'm at. Like, so, but yeah, no, she's awesome. I love the music, and I just can't get enough.
I love that. I love the reasoning behind that too, because it's not just like she sounds good.
Yeah, she just
like
puts out a lot of good different things. Like, I think one of my favorites, like when she came to a concert out here in Arizona, she like knew what was going on with like the like government or whatever. Like at that time there was like laws trying to be passed, and she was like, come on Arizona, like woo, like equality. Like she was just like, let's go, and then screaming while she's like saying, like, so it just is like really cool to know that she's educated and she knows like what she's talking about, and I think that's really awesome.
Yeah, that is really cool. What a fun thing. And I know you've dressed up like Lady Gaga.
Yeah, like for my bachelorette party, my
oh my god, that is what the wigs, right?
Yeah, my best friends, like they all surprised me. One with like a bachelorette, two they like were like, get a Lady Gaga outfit, and I was like, say no more. Like, here I am, and we went to Scottsdale, and it was like the funnest night ever.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
It was awesome. Like I want to relive it like once a year, just to do it. Like, the anniversary of my bachelorette party. But no, yeah, that was like so cool. So yeah, we have plenty of awesome pictures, and it was just, people loved it, I think. So
I like saw the pictures, and I was like, this looks like it was a good time.
It was awesome.
Like this, you were probably thriving.
Yes, the whole time.
Do you listen to her music before games?
A few songs I would, like more of like her newer stuff and like pump up stuff.
Yeah.
But and also like just some of her like low, like You and I, or like Shallow, like stuff that's just even, and like, oh, this is really nice for a pump. Like I'm gonna play Team USA today. And I'm listening to Shallow. Like it's just stuff like that. So
that's so like, I'm gonna get really like down but pumped.
I know.
Like mellow.
Like, those really get me going.
Sometimes every now and then I'll like put on a Mumford and Sons song or something super slow before a game, and I'm like, this doesn't seem like your typical pump up song, but like I'm really feeling it right now.
So this is what I need.
Yeah, exactly. After seeing the Star Is Born, I think she should be in all of it. Like many more movies.
And I think that that's like a good big first one, because she was like in her element,
and
so that was huge. But I think she's just like so cool. Like I will support her always.
So shout out to Lady Gaga.
Yes, Lady Gaga, like hello.
Yeah, like if you weren't already a softball fan,
like you are even more
it
now.
Seems like
we are all here for you.
Oh my god, that I love the like the side passions.
Yes. Oh yeah, I know.
Where it's like, this might not even be really a side passion. It's kind of like main.
No, it's like just like a big passion.
Yeah, it's like softball, Lady Gaga. Like, don't ask me to compare.
Yeah, I just can't. No. Next question.
Moving on, but obviously back to softball. You've got this, you know, like we said, this like little tournament kind of coming up next year. What kind of went through your head as it was canceled this year and postponed to next year?
I think that like just like I was in Japan when I heard the news of like it being postponed and canceled, and it's just like bummer. Like to me, I'm like, dang, like but I'm still having a positive journey to it. Like we have an opportunity to do it next year, and it's still like in people's like goal. Like we're still set, we're going, and I think that moving forward, like with hearing that, like it was nice that I was able to come home and spend time at home and still train with like Chris catching me and doing whatever I need, but also knowing like, dang, like it's a hard time for everybody right now.
Yeah.
I didn't want to like overthink that, like be too down about the Olympics when like everything else in this world is going like haywire right now. So I'm just even keel like about it, like you say, like just trying to stay like positive, stay motivated. That's one of the biggest things, just to continue to train and have that end goal in sight, knowing at some point it's gonna happen. And so just like trying to continue to stay on that path. Like whether it's like one day I'm throwing and it's like I'm pitching against all the international teams like in my head, or whether it's like watching film, just trying to stay like doing little things that will improve me for that time whenever it comes.
Right. So it's not so much that the dream isn't dead. Like the Olympics is not going to happen. It's just going to happen a little farther down the road.
Postponed a little bit.
Yeah, we're just going to do it later.
We're like social distance from it. Like we're just waiting in line. It's a really long social distance line to the Olympics. Like, oh, we're here now. It's our time. Okay, here we are. We're social distance. Like, because that's where we're at, you know?
Yeah. You know what? Don't come near me right now, Olympics.
This is like
it's not the time. But we will be together.
Time up there. We'll be ready.
I pulled my number. And
I know.
Just perfectly waiting.
It's all good.
Well, that's exciting. It's nice to have something to look forward to, in general, obviously with anything. But listening to you talk, it seems like there's not a lot that you can't spin to be like positive or like, you know, even about, or like whatever. Like, has there ever been anything that you've been like, man, this sucks?
I know, I'm sure there are plenty of
Probably,
but it's just like, I do try really hard not to get down, because I want to be around people that are positive, or like, I don't want it to be like something like negative right away, and like to me, like that's just like a bummer to be around, and like bad things happen all the time, or it's like the little things to me, I feel like I get punished by like God, and it's just like if I stub my toe or I drop my water and I'm like, like those are the ones that I like freak out. Like the other day I was like ready, I was like, cool, I have like time, I'm gonna go shopping, grab Starbucks, like do all these beautiful things on the day off. My car don't start, and I'm like, like scream in my car, and I'm like, what am I doing? Like my car won't start. Woo! Like I don't know. It's just like I have to put myself back into reality. Like you were so excited to go do these things and spend money and go to Starbucks or do whatever on your day off, and like all right, something stops you today. Like your car doesn't start, you freak out. Like so, I was like, to me, that was like the most mad I've been in a long time, because my car wouldn't start.
That's the greatest, honestly, the greatest thing I've ever.
But it just is like, all right, thank you.
This is what I'm choosing.
Yeah, this is what I'm mad about.
Like the Olympics are canceled. I'm like, okay, like moving forward.
Yeah.
And my car would start. I want it.
I know. I literally screamed in it because I was so mad. And I was like, but Chris wasn't even home. I was like, my car won't start. He's like, I'll be back in 5, just getting firewood. Like, okay.
Oh my God.
So, but yeah, but that's like where I'm at. Like I was like mad about that. But no, I like to just be positive, and like even like Chris will get mad that it's like something happened on the news, or like an awesome football play, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And he's like, let's go. And I'm like, he's like, why are you like upbeat and pumped? And I'm like, I am. Like, that was pretty good. Like I don't know. He just like, everyone like wants to be so like over and high and crazy. And I'm like, that was awesome. Like that's my like. That was really cool. Like if I'm like real
that's your woohoo.
Yes, that's my woohoo. Yeah. Like nice. So I don't know. That's just how I've been always.
I love that. I think everybody who's ever interacted with Dallas can agree that it's like,
That's
it was a good time.
Oh yes.
You know, really nice.
Yes.
Good news, great. Bad news, bummer.
Like, dang. Okay. How do we fix it? Like.
Yeah, but if my car doesn't start.
Yeah, I know. Like
get out of my way.
Like get out of the way, because this is like going downhill.
My day is ruined.
Yes. But then I went and saw Huey, so he was. Like,
you know, everything happens for a reason, kind of thing.
All good.
What a great way to live. Anything softball, like relationships, friends, living, whatever. It's just like, what a great way to live.
Yeah.
Like why do you know? There's times like I know like there's times where you could be like, oh, I'm like bummed. I'm gonna like sit this one, like maybe listen to a sad song or like whatever. But then it's like, okay, like I did that. Now let's
move forward.
You can be sad, you can be down, but like if you're if you're surrounding yourself with that negativity or negative energy where you're like, what is this accomplishing?
Yeah, no, exactly. And like a way that I get out of those little slumps is like just taking a car ride by myself and like blaring like my favorite music, like Lady
Gaga.
Gaga, or like just like whatever
Yeah.
Pandora station, and it's just like you're singing, you're getting it out. It's just like fun.
Yeah.
To me, that's like so fun to just blare and like drive,
Absolutely.
like dancing and everything. And so like that's like puts me back to where I need to be.
I love that. And I love that you know that about yourself too. You're like,
Mhm.
okay, you know what I need
Just
right now?
gonna take a drive.
Just
Yeah.
gonna take a drive.
Mhm.
Yeah. And we got some beautiful scenery around here, so
Yes,
that probably
it
helps
is.
a little bit
So,
too. But
mhm.
Dallas, this has been just so much fun talking to
Good,
you
yeah.
and like getting to know you even more. I mean, I obviously already know you as a competitor. We've been teammates and stuff, but just
Yes.
like the inner workings of
Where we're at,
Dallas.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
we're
just-
gonna probably like be next to each other for a while now.
Probably,
So,
yeah. I
we
mean,
live
this
down
whole
the
like buying
street.
a house thing,
Yeah.
in the same neighborhood. That
Exactly.
to me, Dallas bought it first, bought her
Yeah,
house first,
it's like
and
comfortable.
yeah, I saw it on Instagram, and I was like, I gotta get me one of those.
Yes. So
And
here we are.
Here we are. It really happened.
Yes.
But I'm so thankful to you, just as a person, as a friend, as a neighbor. Like, I mean, you be cooking some good stuff.
Thanks. So,
No, I'm just
yeah. And likewise, it's fun. I mean, I'm glad Huey's gonna have a friend.
Oh my
Reggie,
gosh,
and
yes.
Just like when he gets a little bit more
Yeah,
weight
when
on
Reggie's
him,
like,
bulks up a little.
he was not like, boop.
Yeah. But yeah.
But no, that's been great. Thank you so much for, saying yes to the long commute to getting down here and just like chatting with me, letting me kind of probe into your life. But
Yes. Anytime.
this has been so much fun. Another just fantastic episode of the Unknown Pro. We've got it's just Dallas Escobedo. How can you not be happy? Like, just look at this. It's so great. But thank you again.
You're welcome.
We'll see you next time, everybody.